Hey, it's Dorleen. Welcome back to my channel. I'm continuing my Let's Get Messy May, and this is week 2, second Thursday of the month. So I am working in my junk journal, and I decided to redo this page. So I looked at these characters and I'm thinking, oh, they're a little scary. So we're going to cover them up. I pulled out my green stash, and I don't know why, I just felt green. So I decided to cover it up with just little strips of green pieces of paper. The first thing I do is I'm going to put some gesso over it, and this is just white gesso. Getting towards the end of my bottle, so it's, I really have to shake it hard. And I'm using one of those, discarded credit card kind of free offer things that they always send you in the mail. These are perfect for scraper tools, anything like that, or even like a stiff cardboard, anything like that is perfect for this kind of thing. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm using some Mod Podge to put these strips of paper all over the page. Now, I'm using my favorite tool, which are my fingers, to just put some on the back of it, and you will see me put some over on the top, and just kind of making sure that those things are sticking down. I don't have any reason why I'm putting these or any plan on which way they're going, but I'm just kind of trying to fill the page as much as possible. Now, there's some parts that are not going to be filled or covered, but that's okay. I'm really just kind of doing this to secure a stronger base, and also to add some color to the background. I'm going to be honest with you, when this thing is over, you could barely see any of that, if anything. So this green piece that I just showed you the back of, you see how it's pink on the back? This is paper that I was going to toss, and I decided to use my gel press or gel plate and add some color to the back. So I haven't done that in a long time. I need to play with that gel plate because it's a lot of fun. So another thing I did is this. So this I'm showing you, this is my green pack, and I just like a little see-through envelope, I guess is what you call it, but it's plastic, and I'm pulling out items. That thing right there is actually a straw wrapper. Yes, people, I keep everything. I was telling my husband about it, and he just shook his head because I am always keeping the most random things. But anything that has color or a pattern or anything like that, I mean, it's technically junk, but it's also art supplies. So if you're one of those people that say, oh my gosh, I want to do something like this, but I don't have the money, or where do I find these supplies? You find these items everywhere. Look at your mail. Look at your children's homework. I've used homework from when my kids were in school, especially math problems. Those are the best ones. Or anything where they're handwritten. Now, I'm not talking about the cute story that they gave you for Mother's Day, but I'm talking about just the stuff that you're normally going to throw out. But that's the back of a receipt that had some green in it. Again, I was looking at green on green on green. So I let that dry overnight. And then I'm doing the same thing. I'm using the gesso to go over it. And this is where I'm talking about where I pretty much cover the whole thing, which actually after I did it, I was a little mad about it because I wish I would have shown a little bit more green, but you will see me later. I use a wet wipe and then I just kind of scrub some of that off. So it's all good. But I'm just going to dry this for a minute, and it's easier to dry with the glue gun, oh my goodness, the heat gun, than drying overnight. Because at this point I'm on a roll. I don't want to stop. So again, I was kind of going with the green theme. I really don't even still know what I'm doing, but I just decided I was going to do everything green. So I grabbed some green acrylic paint. These are paints from Fun Stamper Journeys, which is no longer in business, but you can tell I still have a lot of paint left. It's still very wet, and so I'm glad, it doesn't go bad. I'm also using some distress sticks from Ranger, and those are really fun. They're really kind of like crayons, and I'm just, again, grabbing some green. Now, these work better, in my opinion, a little wet, so that's why I put my little shot glass over there that I use for my water. Between that and my little Starbucks mini cups, it's whatever you have. Again, it's junk too, right? So this is kind of fun to recycle those kind of things. And then I decided I was going to pop a little bit of berry, and I love this pink because it's so bright. I used that all over. Because at first I'm thinking maybe I'll do like a floral, like an abstracty kind of floral scene. But keep on watching, folks. It becomes whatever it becomes. My sprays, which I mentioned in video number 1, if you haven't looked at that yet, please look at my playlist. I decided to do a Let's Get Messy May series for this May 2024, and it's every Thursday of the month. There's 5 Thursdays this month. I'm posting a new project that I'm playing with in my junk journal. This junk journal is a little golden book journal that I just made. Well, not just. I made it earlier this year, and I haven't had a chance to play in it yet. So this is encouraging me to do that, which is a lot of fun because, as you can tell here, that I'm just kind of getting messy and not even sure what I'm doing. The project warps from one thing to another, and I still don't even know how it's going to turn out. I just am grabbing colors and putting it down and just kind of not even thinking about it, just doing it. So you saw me a second ago use the wet wipe, and like I mentioned, I pulled off some of that paint because I really wanted that straw wrapper to show because it had those green polka dots. So you could see that over there in that kind of bottom right corner. Then I'm using a really thick pointed Posca paint pen, and I'm drawing. It kind of looks a little like seaweedy, not seaweed. Well, is that what they're called on the bottom of the ocean? I don't know. Look it up. Maybe I need to look it up. So it's kind of a tree, but yet it's like a sea thing. I don't know. Either way, it's not even a real thing. But you saw how I just really just kind of drew it very sloppily. I'm grabbing some yellow because I just feel like it needs some yellow. That used to be my motto back in the day. Everything needs a little bit of yellow. I don't know if I still believe that, but yellow sure does make things brighter. Again, I'm using the heat gun to dry it off. I'm going over those little leaves again with the white because you could see that it just kind of dulled itself and absorbed the background color. And now I'm using a black paint pen to just fine line edge around the whole thing. And once I did that, I kind of thought, I don't know if I like that. So then I decided I'm going to put polka dots through the entire thing. And I'm just using the tip of the paint pen and just dotting. So I don't want it to look like a pattern. I just want it to be randomly on there. You notice that some are thinner, some are larger dots, just kind of really dependent on how hard I press the tip. But I think this is so fun and so quirky, and it now resembles nothing close to anything you'd ever see in nature, or at least nothing I've ever seen in nature. But just looking at this, you see how I'm doing the wipes again. There was another part up in the top, which, I'm playing with right now because I had a couple of mistakes with the paint pen, so I'm wiping it off. But underneath, you can see a little bit of the book pages, so I absolutely love that. And then what I decided to do is I'm going to hang some hearts off these branches. So again, I'm using that same paint pen, and I'm just drawing some hearts, and then I put like little ties up on the top. This is totally whimsical at this point, and I'm loving it. So I hope you decide to join me. These are kind of the fun things that I'm doing. I do post at least 2 videos a week. One is always scrapbooking because that's my first kind of paper love, and the other is whatever it is I'm creating in the command center. In this case, it is this mixed media piece, a junk journal piece, whatever you want to call it. But either way, it's getting messy, and it's May, and it's the second Thursday of the month. So you're going to see 3 more of these for sure. So make sure you're tuned back, if nothing else, on Thursdays, or again, hit that subscribe button and watch them all, because I do a lot of fun different crafts. I do have grandkids, so I'm always doing something fun for them. And I hope you enjoy this. But make sure you give me a thumbs up and leave a comment if you have any questions or comments. And thanks again for watching, and hopefully you'll be back on Thursday, and I'll be back with a new project. Bye.